For most people, it is now unimaginable to live life or even a day without mobile apps. It would be like traveling back in time. If you could have just one app, what would it be? Facebook, TikTok, a banking app, Uber, WhatsApp? It's a tough one, isn't it? But in China, there is one simple answer: WeChat. Despite the dizzying speed of technological change, WeChat has remained the most downloaded and the most popular app in China for years. And in 2023, it had nearly 1.4 billion active monthly users. That's almost the entire population of China. So in a culture that embraces innovation and fierce competition, how has one single app conquered all? What is WeChat? WeChat, or Weixin in Chinese, was developed by China's tech giant Tencent and launched in 2011. Its first incarnation was an instant messaging app which allowed voice messages and later video calls. It was an impressive offering at the time when most in China were buying their first smartphones. Within 5 years of existence, WeChat was being used on 94% of China's smartphones. 806 million people are active on it every month. Other functions also attract people to WeChat, like fun shareable emojis or GIFs. Or I like this one. But why is it a super app? What sets WeChat apart from its rivals is that it doesn't simply innovate, it also diversifies its offer. Hi Jaden.
Hi.
How many apps do you have on your phone?
Far too many.
Actually, the average American has 80. From shopping and banking to transport and food delivery, not to mention the news apps. But in China, you can do nearly all of these things on WeChat. Energy bills, tickets, hotels, restaurants, streaming TV, and even sending a parcel. Basically, for most Chinese, if they have to live with one app, that would be WeChat. How did WeChat do it? WeChat owes its popularity to its early arrival on the app market. As the internet grew, WeChat grew with it. 10 years ago, banking was being transformed as mobile money swept the global south. WeChat launched WeChat Payment in 2013, bringing money transfer between friends and families to the mainstream in China years ahead of the game. It also used the Chinese culture to encourage electronic money transfer with its gifting function Red Envelope. It revolutionized the centuries-old tradition of sending money in red envelope as a Chinese New Year gift. The acceptance of mobile money elevated WeChat's reputation, establishing trust in technology and the brand. Spring Festival in 2015 saw 1 billion WeChat money transfers, and since then, they have never looked back. Another genius feature was to allow its platform to act like an open-source internet. By building mini apps in the WeChat ecosystem, it evolved from an app into an app store and encouraged people to contribute their own mini apps. In 2022, new functions increased 30% to cover more than 200 industries, including tourism, entertainment, retail, medicine, and education. That catapulted daily users in 2023 to 600 million, and transactions exceeded 280 billion US dollars. This turned WeChat into the world's first mega app. So how would the Chinese react if they were told to delete WeChat?
I can't function without it.
No, never.
I would lose all my friends.
We have got some strong reactions, haven't we? No wonder some other tech billionaires are looking east for inspiration.
How about if we just copy WeChat? Hey, copy them.
But wait, not everything is a slam dunk. Gen Z has different ideas about which apps are cool. In 2020, WeChat launched a short video channel feature to rival Douyin, the Chinese version of TikTok. But despite the 200 million daily users and merchandise business of over $14 billion, Douyin still dominates the younger markets in China. Why hasn't WeChat conquered the world? Most of its functions only work in China with the Chinese business. Meanwhile, other Chinese apps are on fire. TikTok now reaches over 1 billion around the world, and its parent company ByteDance is using its TikTok user base to turbo boost its mobile video editor app CapCut, giving it nearly 500 million users. And don't forget the e-commerce apps such as Temu, which saw a yearly increase of nearly 800% in downloads, while Shein now boasts 75 million users worldwide. Dizzying, isn't it? So can WeChat reinvent itself for a global audience? We'll see how this super app will respond to the new kids on the block.